Hi, my name's John Ward, and this is my testimony and what God's done in my life. To start my story off, my mom and dad was young teenagers when they had me. My mom was in and out of foster care, and my dad was in a 6-sibling home with no father. My mom and dad split up when I was 4, and my mom got hooked up with a drug dealer that was also a user. Our house was broken into many times. We had the police kicking our door in many times, and we had junkies over the house all the time. My mom's boyfriend used to beat on my mom in front of us. By the time I was 15, my dad got custody of me and my sister. That was the second time social services took us from my mom. And by that time, I had a lot of anger in me, a lot of resentment, and you really couldn't tell me nothing. I started living the way I wanted to live, and it led me down a path of destruction. From 15 to 22, I lived the way I wanted to live, living the street life, trying to make fast money, and it led me down a dark road. It led me to basically homelessness. I was couch surfing, staying wherever I could stay. I had no job, no car, no license. I was basically becoming a bum. And I was tired of living the way I was living. And I was tired of living the circle cycle, getting nowhere. I ended up reaching out to my grandma, the one that always told me about God and how Jesus died on the cross for my sins, and that God had a purpose for my life, that he didn't want me living the way I was living. So she said I could move in with her as long as I was lived under her rules, meaning coming in by a certain time, and I had to go to church with her. So I agreed to that, and she told me to pray for the things I wanted and needed God to do in my life. So I started praying that God would take the desire of drugs away from me, that he would give me a job, a car, a license, a home that I could call my own, a woman I could share my life with. And within 8 months, I ended up meeting my wife, and we ended up moving in together within a month of knowing each other. She ended up paying the bills for 3 months as I didn't have a job, and so I'm praying, Lord, please give me something. I just want to get on the right track and make this work. She took me in when I had nothing to offer her, so I was determined to make things right. So I was praying, Lord, just give me anything. I don't even care at this point. So I ended up praying and praying and praying, and next thing you know, I ended up landing a little landscaping job, making $8 an hour. I ended up working that job 2 months, and within 5 months of us being together, my mom died of a drug overdose. And that same day, I ended up finding $8,000 worth of pain pills at her house. And I said to myself, it was basically like hitting a jackpot in a bad situation. But my wife found out about it, and she knew about it, and she said that if I didn't do something about it, she was going to leave me. And so I said to myself, I could either become a strung out drug addict, I could end up doing prison time, getting caught up with them, or I could end up changing my life right then. And that's what I decided. It was the hardest choice I ever made, because I had $5,000 in fines to pay before I could get a license. I didn't have a car, so to do that, it was really tough. So I ended up doing that. I flushed the pills down the toilet, and I rededicated my life to Christ. Well, I was living in a lot of anxiety and depression, and I felt like the situation my life should have ended as well. But the enemy was attacking me at my lowest point. As I was trying to change, he was attacking me left and right. And I was tired of living in a negative lifestyle, and I was tired of thinking negative and being negative. So I started replacing all the negative things with positive things. I ended up changing my number, deleted my contacts, was off of social media for years, and I ended up filling my free time up with things that was going to help me grow, like reading my Bible, praying, writing notes, listening to pastors, listening to gospel music, and just focusing on work and my home life. And within 2 years of working that landscaping job, riding my bike to and from work, I ended up, my first son was on his way, and I ended up getting my license. I ended up getting a machine shop job. I ended up working that job for 4 years. I needed an inside job because I had a kid on the way. So I ended up working there for 4 years, and that time I ended up getting married and had my second son. And within that fourth year, I ended up was blessed with the opportunity to start my own landscaping business. So now I'm 6 years in the process of changing and giving my life to Christ. And just to fast forward it now, now 12 years in my walk. I'm on my 6th year of running my own landscaping business. I'm now married with 2 wonderful kids and the best wife I could ever ask for, the best parent-in-laws, and I've just been blessed with good people around me. When I was living for myself, I was on a path of destruction. When I gave my life to Christ, He started to guide my life right where I needed to be. And when you fully dedicate your life and you put in 100%, you're going to see a lot more changes. Your eyes will be open. The way you think will be changed. The way that you move, your surroundings, your desires. When you give it all to God, He's going to change your life completely. And the longer you stay in your walk, the more you're going to be used for His glory. And there's nothing better than being used for God's glory, because that's the whole purpose of this life, is to serve God and glorify Him in all that you do. And I also want you to know what He's done for me, He can do for you. It may not be financially, but He can change your life completely. He can give you exactly what you need. And I just also want you to know, no matter what you're going through, it's all temporary. The things that we chase after is temporary. This life is temporary, but our eternal life is forever. But God gives you free will to do as you please. You can serve the flesh that comes with temporary pleasures and it comes with a cost, or you can serve God by free will and inherit the kingdom of heaven and live a blessed life on this side. You can experience heavenly things now, which is peace, joy, and purpose. So give it to God. Let Him work through your life, and let Him use your testimony to lead someone else to Christ, because that's what it's all about.